skate parks to the pitcher's mound. Skaters on baseball, it's the vibe you need. Giants ride
de los corredores en movimiento, el tiro a tercera.
Skaters on baseball, yeah, you know the name.
Yes, Skaters on Baseball, we're back. Schmitty and Christian here, and my little friend, the Broom, because we just swept the Astros like nobody's business out there in Space City with their old Altuve cheating ass.
Straight up, the buzzer boy. I think he had a couple hits today, but you know what? Nobody cares because you got rocked by the San Francisco Giants coming into town. You know, I got my afternoon coffee. Got my afternoon coffee. I'm hyped up. Afternoon baseball is the best. Yeah, get on the treadmill. Get an hour and a half gets burnt up while you're listening to the game. It's brilliant, man. It's brilliant.
Dude, fucking, what is it? 5-1 start. And yes, we are drinking coffee.
What?
Somebody said something about coffee.
Fresh pot!
Coffee drinker, huh?
Boys want some coffee?
Coffee. Just French press.
Fresh pot!
All day, baby, all day.
I got a fresh pot going downstairs right now. I may have to top off before this night is through. But how about late lunch Lamont? Been on everybody's shit list for 5 games, and then boom.
That home run was an insurance run that really was needed. I don't like a 2-run lead. The 3-run lead is much appreciated, and hopefully that gets Lamont sparked. But I got to be honest, his swing to me looks like he just wants to hit a home run every time, and he's not built for that anymore. He needs to hit line drives into the gaps. He needs to take pitches. He needs to be what he is. The guy's really trying too hard right now.
I think he's been pressing, and it's like when you're the only guy on the team that doesn't have a hit, you know, that's got to be a rough feeling, even though all the guys in the dugout, you know, they love Lamont, you know, they love that dude. But it's like, if you're not making it happen, you know, it's hard to keep your confidence up, and then you just start swinging for the fences. So I expect his bat to wake up. I'm not too worried about it. Not a lot to complain about. I love scoring early, which is what the Giants have been doing this whole little stretch. But you got to score late too. You know, I feel like they got a couple today, and it's like they've managed to eke out a late run here and there, but it's all been in the early innings, which is great. You're getting to the starter, you're getting the guy out of the game. But, you know, like we saw today, 5-0 lead, all of a sudden it's cut to 5-3, and then you're dancing a tightrope, right?
Yeah, but I do like the immediacy of getting the starting pitcher relaxed. Seeing Logan Webb get a win already, which, like, let's be honest, last night's game or whenever he pitched, we expected to lose those games or at least have the other team tie after Logan leaves and he misses the decision. I want to see, dude, our bullpen, and I got to be honest, I'm loving how Melvin is kind of balancing Doval and Walker to both get save opportunities. That's building confidence in both these guys. And Rodriguez looks like he could be, I mean, these guys look good in the bullpen. If we got a lead, I'm feeling pretty confident.
Yeah. Just ship Bivens out and bring in any number of guys from SAC, and the bullpen is going to be probably one of the most dominant bullpens in baseball this year, I think, with the talent they've got, man. And just look, you know, we could use another lefty, but this combination of guys, it's man, you get heat, you get movement, you get everything. It's man, the bullpen is really exciting this year. And, you know, look, Landon Roop went out there, pitched his ass off today. And yeah, he got spotted 5 runs, but you still got to make your pitches. I thought he had a fantastic first start. You know, that's his first major league start. And I think people were overlooking it because he was cruising, man. He was striking guys. He struck out the side in the first, you know, and just, yeah, he looked great.
that pop fly that nobody called. It reminded me so many times these young guys come in and everybody over functions and under functions, and pretty soon the ball drops. Saw it so many times with Fitzgerald last year, with him and Chapman getting close to each other, and then Luciano and Fitzgerald, and then earlier, what was it last night? Christian Koss almost collided in with somebody. These guys got to really work on calling those pop-ups and make sure that those things don't drop. That ruined Roop's whole night. That he walked somebody, then that happens, then he walks somebody else, and then it's pretty much lights out. But the good news is we got to finally see Birdie.
Yep.
Birdie comes in, throws 2 innings or something. He didn't have his best stuff, but he had a few strikeouts and didn't allow any runs.
Yep.
And then the guy that everybody's been talking about on KMBR, people are really kind of hating on old Tyler Rogers. But if you get a real Giants fan in here that's seen Tyler Rogers year after year, inning after inning, this guy eats more innings than Lou does at McDonald's, man. It's like this guy is just pitching.
And look, the Giants have played 6 games. He's pitched in 4 of them already. Okay. And that's what you're going to get. And
Most
I'm sorry,
appearances in baseball.
last year he had that one really rough outing and everybody was just crapping on him. And it's like, did you forget it's his twin brother that's the problem? He's not the problem.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying today. I was like, are you guys mix him up, or are you guys that dumb?
Yeah.
Because Tyler's been really consistent. Every once in a while, he'll give up a long ball, or every once in a while, he'll just come in and not have it. But that happens, and especially when you're leading the league in appearances.
Yep. Yeah, he'll have the most appearances out of the bullpen again this year if he stays healthy, and that's just the way it is. And he throws some ugly pitches, stuff that's just, if I was standing up there, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Rising sliders. What are you talking about? Right. And it's just weird. He's tall, he's gangly, and everything, the movement coming from, he's basically scraping his fingernails on the mound as he releases. It's nuts.
Yeah. I was watching the post game, and Roops, he tried not to call anyone out, but he subtly said, I thought I heard Huff call it, but I should make that play. He owned it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the catcher should call everybody off and say, I got that on that play, unless he hears Chapman say, I got it. But right. Chapman's so far out there. He's like one of the deepest third basemen in all of baseball. He's playing almost in left field. Yep. He's got to run all the way to home plate when the catcher just needs to stand up, take 2 steps and catch it. Yep. They got to make that play, man. I wanted to see Roop get a win his first outing.
Yep. And traditionally, you don't want your pitcher coming off the mound to field a pop-up, right? It's just not done. I mean, that's anything within that radius to the mound, that's the catcher's ball. Right. Unless you have your corner infielders pulled in because you're expecting a bunt, right? And then you can have the third baseman or the first baseman call off the catcher. But yeah, that's Huff's ball, and it was kind of a crucial mistake that ended up, costing a few runs in the end. But hey, all's well that ends well. They won the game. They got some insurance runs. They had the Matos home run that was initially ruled a double. How was that? The entire Giants dugout is like waving their finger, giving the symbol for the home run. Yeah, to have a review. It's like, come on, man.
I trip out on stadiums like that. Like, who made that stadium and thought like, oh, we'll just paint a line on a wall? Like, have it set back a little bit, make it obvious. Like, how many times do you think they're like, oh, I don't know. Like I don't like that.
Yeah. And you can't trust the people in New York, because that A's game, either last year or the year before, one of the Oakland A's players hit a true home run. It was above the line. It hit the railing where the seats are and bounced back out. And they called it a double. And then even when it was reviewed on video in New York, they called it a double, which was just a joke. It's like, really, you can't get that right? So,
are they in a hurry to get their slice of pizza or what?
The whole layout of that Houston ballpark just bugs
It's
me.
a trip. Yeah.
It bugs me. The Crawford boxes, the
At
19
least
foot
they don't have the
wall, like,
uphill center field anymore.
true,
That
true.
was
But
ridiculous.
I mean, look at straightaway center and to the right of it. It's like that's where balls go to die, you know. But they put the short porch and left for all their right-handed pull hitters to go after. I mean, it doesn't do much for me. I don't even know. Do they still have the train that goes across the track there when
Yeah.
they hit a home
Yeah.
run?
Yeah. Well, the thing that James Dryden and I noticed with some of the at-bats was the Brandon Belt disease, thinking you know the strike zone better than the HP umpire, need to protect the zone in crucial counts. So look, the Giants struck out 17 times the first game of the year and they won. Tonight, I think they struck out 13 or 14, if I'm not mistaken, and they won. I get it. It's going to come back to haunt them, right? But at the same time, it's kind of like I want the order changed, but do I? Like if it's not broken, don't fix it. But yeah, these guys definitely have to work on not striking out so much. It's pretty crazy, and I think it's a little bit of nerves and a little bit of anxiousness, like we're starting the season. And then guys like Adames and now Wade and probably Fitzgerald, they're trying to do more than they need to do because they're, Adames is here, big contract, new city, wants to impress, and kind of similar to what Chapman dealt with last year. But let's hope they get home safely tonight. They got an off day tomorrow, find their apartments, move all their stuff in, go snuggle with their girlfriend or wife. And then Friday morning, baby, it is on. Orange Friday, home opener, J-Rod,
right.
Randy
That's right.
Rosarina. We got Donnie Batts is back with the Mariners. It's
Donnie
going to be a fun
Barrels.
day.
Yeah,
Fun
it's
day.
going to be a crazy one. So yeah, this whole thing with the strike zone and these guys looking at called third strikes that are too close. I mean, Fleming said it on the radio. He's like, "Look, you can't take a pitch like that in a 2-strike count. It's just too close. You can't count on the umpire getting that microscopic difference and having it go your way." So like Belt was the king of that and whining about it to boot. He had to give his 2 cents every time he looked at a called third strike. That was, there's those margins, right? You got to protect it. It's just the way it is. So 16 strikeouts is not pretty, right? That's where we're at today. And Ramos had a rough day. He's 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. So that's going to happen. He's a big power hitter. I mean, those guys strike out more. But up and down the lineup, there's a lot of strikeouts there. So, but look at Wilmer Flores, dude. What's going on?
Hey, Glenn's got to be through the roof. The guy predicted the 30 home runs, and I'm still going with Wilmer's going to fizzle out a little bit. His legs are going to get tired, but he's starting out great. And the other thing is, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but Bomel has not really played Wilmer in the field. So maybe that's part of the strategy. Keep him DH, keep him, juiced up for longer. And man, we know he's a clutch guy, but this is insane. He's definitely been like, you're out for most of the season last year. You got a lot of time to think about how you want to come back and do things. And I think Wilmer's such a focused guy, quiet, and just leads by example, and I love watching it, man. I ain't gonna lie. By the way, free Ipe.
So Todd K, Casey Schmidt could have been charged with an error over at first base, but they
pulled it back.
They pulled it back. So it's his first game over there, getting some first base action, and he's definitely an athlete. I'm not too worried about it. I do think that Wade's defense is more solid because he's just got the experience there, but we could see Casey Schmidt there more than not. It's just time will tell, because there's no other spot you can really play him. I mean, barring an injury to Chapman or Adames, like.
Well, he can play second base when Fitzgerald needs some time off.
Yeah, he can do that too. But
yeah.
I mean, I think that I think they need to get him in more games. I think he needs to get more at bats. He needs to get comfortable facing major league pitching again. I mean, look, he's come up and he's had hot spurts, and then he's gone cold, and then he's gone back to the minors, and then they bring him up towards the end of the season. He's red hot. So we want to see him get on a little bit of a tear. And I think like I'm perfectly fine with Flores being almost the everyday DH until Encarnacion gets back. And even then, you know, he's coming back from an injury. They're probably not going to be running him out there every day. So if Flores keeps swinging it, keep having him swing it.
Yeah, I mean, these are all just good problems to have, really. It's like, have you looked at the River Cats lineup and how many starting pitchers are down there just itching? Like everybody's talking about Harrison. We got to deal with Birdsong first. Like there's not any room. We don't want to keep putting these guys in the bullpen either. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. Birdsong in the bullpen tonight was probably, I'm hoping that I'm right with this. I think Bob Melvin rewarded Birdsong by being in the opening day lineup, going to, you know, wherever they opened, Cincinnati, getting announced in the opening day line is a huge deal, especially for a rookie, your first time ever. And then coming home and being in that celebration opening day lineup. And then I predict that a couple days, if not sooner, after the home opener, Birdsong will be, something's going to happen. He's going to either become a starter or he's going to go back to sack. That's my prediction, because I don't think you want him in the bullpen all year. I think that's a waste. And I think him pitching every 5 days and just really getting his stuff down, it's going to go a long way. The River Cats have like 20 starting pitchers, though. They got 14 Carsons. They got, you know, Harrison's down there. They got Jelly. They got Beck, like Keaton Wynn. It's endless. It's like they should send some to Eugene.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's sort of an embarrassment of riches when it comes to pitching, and you never know, but some of those guys could be really valuable trade bait. The Giants get into the thick of a wild card race, and they need to make some moves at the trade deadline. Now you got some chips in the game, right? And I mean, I see here like Brooks asking about Luciano, right? It's like, yeah, nobody's heard anything about him since spring, you know. And I agree. I think Luciano might do better somewhere else, you know. And certainly the Giants are fine without him. He hasn't really managed to do anything at the major league level. And yeah, he's young, but I mean, you got a guy like Matos, the same age. He's proven that he can do it at the major league level, right? In a much better way than Luciano, I think.
Yeah, the Luciano thing is tough because they don't really have a spot for him in my mind. It's kind of like these guys that are all like fired up to get Bryce Eldridge to start playing the outfield. I just don't think either of those guys you want in the outfield when we have supreme defenders that are starting to hit like with speed and just like prototypical outfielders. Like, I don't want Adam Dunn in right field, and that's what Eldridge would be. Like, put him at first base. And then Luciano, sorry, but you got to just go, dude. Like, we just don't have room. We don't have a spot for you. Like, if Chapman got hurt, maybe play him at third, but who wants to hope that Chapman gets hurt? And he's just not a good defender. Hopefully he just rakes and then we can trade him for something worthy. I don't want to go Joey Bart with him, but I think it's time. I mean, we're holding him back, and I think it's time to just be like, look, you know,
well, yeah,
wish you well in the American League.
And consider this, that if you're looking for solid defense in the outfield, Grant McCrae smokes Luciano, right?
Oh, of course.
He's 100 miles an hour faster. He's got better routes. He's got a better arm. I mean, what do you want? Like, he's the guy I want to get the call up if somebody goes down with an injury in the outfield, 100%. You know,
well, Luciano has all the power except for he hasn't hit a home run in the pros yet. So it's kind of, you know, it's like, yeah, the potential is definitely there, and I get it and I see it, but I don't know. Eldridge will not be at first base, will not be MLB first base. Well, Greg Silver, maybe he's not 100% in tune with what's going on. My thought is if he's going to be an outfielder, a lot of people are going to be bummed one way or the other because he's either going to get traded or he's going to replace Ramos, Matos. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is if you think he's going to be in the outfield. It's like, are you going to put Ramos or Matos or Yaz, Lee? We got McRae coming up, and these guys are. But he hits so good. It's like, does he though? Like, let's.
I
see.
know what my plan for Eldridge would be. That he's the everyday first baseman in Sacramento the entire year this year.
100%. What do the Giants need? A first baseman.
Yep. And look, it's serviceable with if Wade's bat gets going. This lineup is potent, right? Because that's the one place that up until today they haven't gotten any production out of first base, right? Except when Wilmer was in the game. But yeah, Eldridge, there's no reason to rush this guy, and like we said all offseason, it's like this is kind of a setup year for the Giants. This is a kind of like, let's take inventory. They made a couple moves that were smart. They dumped Taylor, they picked up Adames. They did some smart things. They got Verlander on a 1-year deal. And I think this is sort of like the year where this is where we start cycling the young, not the youngest, but the young dudes in and get their playing time and take inventory. The fact that they've started out 5-1 is just kind of like the icing on top of the cake, So
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. People are saying DH, and it's just like, so you're going to prolong his defensive struggles. Like, why not just take care of this while he's young and give him a year of experience, which he needs. He's never even played in AAA, but a week. Let's give him all year. And, if we need him at the end and he's doing great, maybe bring him up and help us. But don't give him any type of position where he's, losing his mind over there at first from bobbling it, and then he takes it into the batter's box and stuff. I just, to be honest, I don't even want to see Eldridge up here this year at all. I think if we're really trying to build for the future, we need to build for the future. So, yeah. So Eddie's got a good point here. This is something I wanted to bring up. There was a couple weeks back before the season started where our bros over at SF Giants Sports Talk Live, they were talking about starts and the Giants would be lucky to get 500. I said in the chat room, the Giants would come home 5-1. Now, my challenge is to you guys, if you can find that episode where I put it in the chat and then Glenn says I'm crazy and starts making fun of me, send me a link to that with the timestamp, and you got yourself a hooded sweatshirt and 3 baseball cards. Okay, first one to do that, because I knew that and I forgot where it went and I was looking for it today. So if you guys have the time, I got a little prize for you. So thanks for remembering that, Eddie, because I hope Glenn remembers that as well.
Nice. So have they inked in the starter for Friday? Is it going to be Verlander?
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hell yeah. Hold on, I got to get something real quick.
All right. So everybody out there in the chat, take a look at that.
Ooh.
This Candy Maldonado. Those are the last words right before the earthquake hit in 1989. Tim McCarver talking about Candy Maldonado. So, hey, Coleman Sports, what's up? Northeast Sports. Daniel, let's see. This has got to be. It's got to be in the week leading up to opening day, right? It can't be too much further back.
What's that?
Your prediction of 5-1.
5-1. It was before the season started, and it was before their fantasy draft for sure, but maybe close to
So
that.
maybe within 10 days of opening day, right?
And it was Glenn and Eric both on the show. No Dan and no Lou. I think it was just the two of them. I thought maybe it was their prediction show. Maybe that would be where I'd start. But yeah, man. Speaking of Friday, though, the home openers got me fired up because I got a ticket. I'm going to be there. And Friday morning, I might just, who knows? I'm going to be hopped up on coffee. I might go live from Phil's as I walk down to the ballpark or inside. I might be doing some tests from inside. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. But one thing I do know is I'm going to be hunting for this woman right here.
You got a card.
That's right, baby. That's right. Welcome to San Francisco, Kate. Can't wait to meet you.
Johnny's got the giant attitude. Hell F go.
Fuck all day, man. I can't even believe the start we got. Like it's great. They had a wonderful spring training and people said that doesn't matter. Well, now we need to start. Wait a minute. Are you kidding? Oh my God. I guess Nago Ned is just
Uh-oh.
yeah. Nago Ned wants on. Should we let him on?
Sure, why not?
I don't know. This guy's so negative about everything. All right, let's see what he's going to say.
Yeah, it's Nago Ned here again. I gotta go get a damn root canal at the dentist. My teeth are all messed up. But listen, I've been hearing all this talk on the chats about the fans all excited about the Giants winning 2 out of 3. Well, listen, there's 159 games left, so just relax. And also, have you paid attention? The Dodgers haven't lost a game yet, and the Padres swept the Braves. And the Braves are a better team than the Reds will ever be. So just let's all not get too excited, okay?
Whenever you get hooked
Ned.
on life, Nago Ned will come in and shoot you down.
He's coming in with a hot take about the Braves. The Braves are a better
Braves.
the Braves are just they're dropping like flies over there between the suspensions and the injuries and the
Jeez, Profar?
It could be an ugly, ugly season in Atlanta, you know.
Nago Ned reminds me of Joe Pesci in Home Alone. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, do you think Profar spent too much time with Tatis? What happened over there?
No idea. It really bugs me though when a guy says he offers some apology and says, I would never knowingly take anything. Well, what are you saying? Somebody sabotaged you? Somebody like snuck into a restaurant, poured that stuff on your pizza? I mean, come on now, you know, like at least Barry never pissed dirty one time. Yet he's the poster child for all this PED abuse, right? And then you got a guy like Profar. It's like everybody now like connects the dots. Profar had his career season last year, right? So now it's like, oh, well, that's
Johnny's agreeing with you right there.
yeah. And I mean,
Career
that's
year,
the thing,
coincidence, you decide.
you put up great numbers and you get popped, you know, and then this is the thing that cracks me up seeing this on chats and on posts on Instagram. Like, you know, he gets popped 80 game suspension and all these people are like, well, what, like, you know, don't they ever get tested? They don't understand the testing protocols for Major League Baseball. Under the collective bargaining agreement, the testing is random. Not every guy gets tested every season. Some guys get tested multiple times in a season.
True.
And it's like a lottery, like the bingo balls in the cage, you know, it's not. So, I mean, you can have guys that are dirty as hell and they never get caught up because they just didn't get tested. So there it is, the PED margarita.
Damn margarita got me.
Listen, if you know where they actually serve that, I could use a couple. My performance is not so enhanced these days, but maybe when I get my knees fixed, it's gonna be better. So
I like it. I like it. Well, I got a little deal here for you guys. How about this? We're going share screen and we're going giveaway time. That's right, baby.
whoop.
Today's first home run of the year winner. Ooh, Luis Matos. A rookie card, no doubt.
That's sick.
Let's bring it, baby. Here we go.
Todd K.
Hey, Todd K. Yeah, baby. Todd, let's go. Nice.
I've been backing Matos. I love that card giveaway. That's
there
great.
you go. Luis Matos, straight to Todd K's house. Just email me your address and I throw it in the mail. And sooner than later, we're going to have some Skaters on Baseball stickers that I can include with every giveaway. And we want to see you guys putting those up in your hood, and I'll probably be putting them up in my hood around the Giants stadium. Todd K, gonna call my mom, call your mom, call your dad, tell everybody we need subscriptions and we need likes. I watch the other shows and they're like, there's 400 people in here and 7 likes. Pound the like, bro. And I'm just like, dude, you guys are paying attention to so much stuff. Like, I'm just trying to talk sports with my bros.
Yeah. And not only that, we're second show in a row now. We're up over 20 in the chat, which is fantastic. So thanks, everybody.
Big love to all y'all. But we're going to keep doing it. We're going to go bigger and bigger because once these guys are right down the street at the ballpark and we're just running around, wait till Tuesday night when I got Curtis and Christian at my side. We're in the upper deck just screaming and probably looking for Marcus to tell him how whack his hoodie is. Like all kinds of stuff.
That's right. So Sour Vanilla, I want to know, Mariners fan, what you got any predictions for the weekend? Let's get some takes on that.
Chopping it up with ball too. Yeah, Sour Vanilla. I want to hear about a little bit about what you guys think about this freaking A's opener too and Sac. Whoo! The word disaster was being texted to me on opening day in Sac. I mean, I think there was 14 runs. Someone hit for the cycle. Balls were flying left and right everywhere. I mean, no disrespect to the city of Sac. You guys deserve a team, but Fisher putting them in that AAA stadium just seems like a disgrace.
Yeah, it is. And the fact that the A's pitching was just a complete dumpster fire from the very first pitch. I mean, the Cubs were just piling on that first game, and it just what a spoiler, man. The tickets for that game were astronomically expensive too, like if you even were able to get one. And apparently the night game tickets are more expensive than the day game tickets because they know when that summer heat rolls around, like the only way to get people in the seats is to charge less, which I think is just completely bush league. It's like a seat is a seat, man. Don't raise the night prices, drop the night prices to be the same as the day prices. Fisher, you punk. I hate that guy.
I would think the day games would be way cheaper. I mean, who wants to go sit in 110-degree heat and watch baseball? Just not me. I'm a night game guy. I don't even like day games in SF that much. I love night games. And I do not like heat. I know you're acclimated to it and you're always calling me a little wimp for my 90-degree blowouts, but I'm a 70-degree guy. I was born and raised Redwood City was hot, but then as soon as I moved up here, it was like, it's just 60 to 70 pretty much all year, right?
Yeah. Well, what's sad is like, now I come back to NorCal and I freeze my fucking ass off.
Right.
It's like I'm acclimated. I mean, I go out to the desert here. It's 116, 117. It doesn't bother me, man.
Yeah, it
Like,
does me.
yeah, but phew, like I'll be wearing like some down underwear on Tuesday night, probably.
Look at this.
But
Somebody's
I'll tell you this,
stalking
like
me.
Oracle is like being on summer vacation compared to Candlestick. Candlestick was like a brutal, like the Arctic, man. It's like, God, I'm stuck in that movie, The Thing, freezing in the snow, getting chased by monsters. I don't know. So,
Yeah,
Daniel,
I'm thinking
boycott.
about so the Giants are playing the A's in Sacramento on the 4th of July, I believe.
Wow.
I mean, I bet it's a $300 ticket minimum, right? Like, I mean, the tickets all year are the most expensive per average in all of baseball. I'm thinking 4th of July versus the Bay Area rivals. It's got to be through the roof, but that'd be a great game to go to. Be up in
That would be.
Sac on the 4th of July. I'm in.
That'd be a
I
fun
need
one.
to be out there with a couple extra tickets for me and my wife.
Yeah.
We'll meet you up there. Oh, by the way, big love to Cheryl. She's on her way to Morocco right now.
That's insane.
Shoo, I think she's over she's flying over Idaho right this moment.
Wow. Wow. They should call you from the air phone. Do you still even have those? I haven't been on an airplane in forever.
No, but she has Wi-Fi so she can send a text here and there.
There you go. They finally let you do that now, huh?
Yeah. When was the last time you were on a plane? Been a minute?
It's been over 10 years.
Wow.
I don't like to fly anyway, man. I can't sleep on airplanes if I could.
Me too.
Like I used to go into the airport bar like an hour early and drink, like to just get like numb for the flight,
Dude,
the one and only time I fell asleep on an airplane, I was flying to London on like a red eye. Okay. And there was an old British lady sitting in the seat next to me, and it was just whatever. And I started dozing off and I fell asleep. The second I fell asleep, she spilled her tea on my leg and woke me up. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like, it's okay. I can't sleep on planes anyway. I knew it was going to happen. So it was gnarly.
Coleman says she's kind of flying over me. I think he's in Salt Lake, Salt Lake, Utah, northern Utah, I believe. Dude, I might be in on this. This might be more my steez. I love Reno, and I kind of want to get up there for an Aces game. I've never done that. 4th of July in Reno might be really fun. I'm going to look into this, Johnny. I'll let you know. We might head up that way. Stay at what's that hotel with the water wheel in it? I always like staying at that one.
I don't even remember.
I think it starts with the L, like the Lariat or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah.
They still have some classic old casino hotels there, like kind of like old Vegas, down near Fremont Street and all that. But Fremont Street's a shit show,
Yeah. The ballpark, apparently, according to my autograph friends, is one of the best ballparks in all of AAA in the what's our division called? It's not the Cactus division, but whatever the River Cats are in, it's the best ballpark in that division, and it's one of the most user-friendly ballparks to get autographs too. These guys drive up there just to get their card signed. I'm like, that's a mission, bro, but respect,
Yeah. It's cool on a really clear day when you're coming down from Tahoe on the 80, you can actually see it down there. So
look at this. Misbehaving. I think you won a card last show, and maybe or maybe not, you emailed me your address. I don't think so. I think that you might have passed the buck and said I could send it to someone else. But if that's not true, just email me skatesonbase@gmail.com and let me know. Never sorry. Just we appreciate you, man. Thanks for showing up. Like, be early, right on time, or late. You was here. So that's cool. That's cool.
I want to know, Misby went from first place to 7th place in our fantasy league in one day.
That's right. Look out. I'm
only one behind in 8th, and Schmitty, you're 10th place. You're in the cellar.
Oops. Oops. Oop, that's what I was trying to do. Sorry.
There we go.
Seller, huh? Well, I don't know, but did I have Profar? I had somebody that either got hurt or got into Rafael Devers. He went like for 1,000 to start out the year.
And
I'll
he's
be
not
back.
playing in the field.
I ain't even tripping, dude. Like they say on the other network, it's only 5 games. Quit penciling yourself in the playoffs. It's like
I think Devers is going to beg for a trade at the deadline
no
or
joy
even
in
sooner.
Mudville.
I think he wants out.
It's all in his head. Bregman fucked his brain.
Yep.
So the A's minor league is in Vegas and they just built them a new stadium and it's absolutely amazing. Well, isn't that something? Do we need to do the whole circuit? Do we got to go to Modesto, hit the nuts? Then we go to Vegas. Are they the Aces or is that Reno? I think Reno's the Aces.
Reno's the Aces.
Go Vegas to Reno, then come down through Sac. Oh, we got to get. I don't want to go all the way to
used
Salt
to be
Lake
the
and Albuquerque. No,
Vegas used to be the 51s for Area 51, but I think they changed all that.
Mm.
And I think they were a Dodgers
we got Area
affiliate.
51 for my boy Jung Hoo Lee.
That's right. That's the real Area 51. So, yeah, the fantasy thing's been real volatile, man. It's gone up and down and all kinds of other different directions. And we'll see. It's gonna get interesting.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff. It's just like batting averages, right? Like in the beginning, it has huge variances. And then as you build, then the ups and downs are less. So that's why in the beginning, it's kind of like important to like get your shit together. So
look at this, Schmitty.
What we got?
That's the wrong one. I missed it.
30-minute mark of the show, March 24th.
There it is, Daniel.
Daniel, you're a gem, and you've been with us since day one. I back you hard. Email me your address, your size, and we'll talk. I'll get you some cards with a hoodie, and I appreciate this much because I'm screen grabbing that shit, and we're going to make a fun little video for the next episode.
See how easy it is? Like just internet researchers, man. He nailed that within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think we gave him some help, but I'm down for the help. You know what I mean? I got to screen grab this.
So listen, are we concerned with the Padres? I'm not. I think it's a fluke.
No, I'm enjoying the Diamondbacks being mediocre. I was another interesting topic that we haven't even touched. Why did Corbin Burns start the season as the Diamondbacks' 5th starter? Is something going on there? Is there something that we don't know about? And what's going on in LA with Mr. Sasaki?
Dude.
So Sucky been crying. That's not good. In baseball, there's no crying in baseball, my friend.
Did you watch that video I sent you today?
I didn't have a chance. What was that? That was somebody breaking it down that his velocity has decreased.
Well, not only that, but he was told when he was 20 that his elbow was basically coming apart, that he absolutely needed Tommy John, and he refused. So he has been pitching on a UCL that's about halfway shredded to hell. And these guys are basically predicting like he's not even going to be able to make like 10 starts this year before he's toast. So good luck with that, Dodgers.
I would love that. The Dodgers picked up that guy from the A's, Astros Ruiz. Like he's never gets on base, but he can steal 70 bases somehow. Like
Estuary Ruiz.
Yeah.
He's got nothing on Ellie De La Cruz though. I don't think.
Is he going to be is he going to go to minors? I mean, the Dodgers can only have 26 players on their roster.
Right. But look at, outside of a few guys, the Dodgers are kind of an aging team. They're not a ton of young guys there,
The Dodgers
So-
can just be the Dodgers, and I don't even care because I was thinking about this while I was looking at all the standings, either today or yesterday. All the teams in baseball are pretty like there's nobody that's totally up or totally down except for the Dodgers. And so it's kind of like you guys do your thing and we'll all have fun together. Like you guys can be the outsiders. It's like, who cares what you do? You're going to lose in the postseason like you always do. That's great that you're a great team during the year. And then all the freaking things in the world happen in the postseason and you usually blow it. So
lest we forget, how many times have they won the National League West in the last 15 years? And how many World Series do they have to show for that? One. I think they've won the division, 13 times? Yeah.
that's what I was saying. And it's like at some point, if you tune into 49ers talk, you will hear this sentiment. We don't want to win the division. We want to win it all. Winning the division doesn't matter. No one's like, remember in 2010 when they won the division? Nobody says that. It's like world champions or bust.
Yep.
Everybody's on the same playing field except for the world champion. One World Series since the Berlin Wall came down. One World Series since Transworld went out of business. It's like we could go on forever. And my man is doing time for Ohtani. How much is this guy getting paid right here for taking the hit? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Free e-pay everyone should bring free e-pay signs to the Giant Dodger series every game and just stand near the dugout because that dude just sits on the bench all game except for when he bats. So you can just face him. He's never going to go into the field. The guy can't play in any position. Aaron Judge all day over Ohtani. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Listen, if we knew somebody who worked at Oracle who had their finger on the buttons of the scoreboard, how funny would it be during the Dodgers Giants series when Ohtani's coming to the plate for a second flash like a sports book? The bookmaker's odds up on the screen, like, whoops, sorry.
Right. All right, we're going to give Eddie a little love right here. This is the first time we've ever done this in the history of the pod. We're going to give you a choice, my friend. And it goes a little something like this. All right. You can pick one of these following cards. You can pick this one, Blake Sable, rookie. No, not a rookie. Just his Topps heritage. We got friend of the show, Grant McRae's rookie card.
Blowing a bubble.
Blowing a bubble. We got a dual rookie card of Eric Miller and Baltimore Oriole now, Nick Avila.
It's got a little neon style to it.
Little bling bling. And an oldie but a goodie. This is everybody's favorite right fielder, Mike Yastrzemski. So, Eddie, you just put down which one you want. Email me your address and boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say Waymo. We're going to get it to you. No problem. Dude, who's as hyped as me for home opener? I feel like the home opener is when it really starts. Like, I love our 5-on-1 road trip and everything, but it still just feels a little bit like I need the home game, right?
Yeah. See, I think what they ought to do is do this. The rally rag with free e-pay on it. Yeah.
Ooh. For the whole Dodgers series.
Yeah, that's right.
Eddie wants the Upton card. Yeah, right. There's only one Upton card, and that's mine, and I'm getting it signed. And the goal is before the All-Star break. And if I get it signed opening day, then I'm a G.
So, yeah, Sour Vanilla, here's the deal. I gave Schmitty some stickers last season. I'm bringing more up with me when I come up north, and he's going to have a grip of them. I'm going to have a grip of them. And we got a whole gang of new ones getting printed too. So there will be stickers and gonna be
And
some
if
good
anyone
ones.
wants any of these, I got some of these left.
Yeah.
These are the only ones we have left
Kind
right now.
of dated since those cars
Kinda
are no
dated,
longer
but
on the road.
it goes boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say Waymo. I love that some broom too. I think
Yeah.
I got it a
So
week ago.
there's going to be some Area 51 stickers. There's going to
Yeah.
be some logo stickers. I still have some of the old baseball stickers. I got some of the old logo stickers. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming. Oh, and we've got the McCovey Cove, the craw. The craw is coming.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh. I heard something about Positive Paul or something. Have you seen that guy around?
I'm tracking him down. He's been teasing.
So do you think that I'm seeing JB said that Atlanta is beating 2-0 versus
My future is bright and your future is so dim. I'm on the game like Shaq when he broke through the rim. So I look through my glasses and what do I see? Your boy B Smell is tearing up this beat.
B Smell's been working on his beats too much and not his pitching, apparently.
Beat
Down
smell.
2-0. Your boy B Smell stinking up this joint.
Yeah, let's take a look what's going on here. Yeah, 2-0 Atlanta.
Hell yeah, I have the same broom. Pretty sure that's the same broom I used to sweep my front porch with. A lot of people giving love to the broom.
Yeah.
I think it's a Safeway Classic. I think this thing is.
It's got a
Yep.
brand name on the handle there somewhere. I saw it.
Yeah.
No, up towards the
No,
the
but it's
non-
right here too. It's called the Lib Man.
Libman.
Libman. Libman.
They sell
About
those.
time
at,
for a fresh pot. You want a fresh pot at 10 to 6? You're a stronger man than I am.
I'm all about the fresh pot any time of the day. Although I got to say, in my advanced age, I can't go full tilt on the coffee till midnight and go to sleep as easily as I used to. So I'm trying to have better sleep hygiene. But
Smart.
yeah, dude, coffee's coffee. It's the fuel that drives everything. So
Did I share with you guys this? I don't have to ever bother this guy again.
Johnny LeMeckler, he finally signed for you.
I got the Wade Meckler rookie card signed, and that's all I needed, that guy. Actually, you know what? I'll give him props. He signed 2 cards. He signed his River Cat card as well.
Well, that's where he's gonna stay.
Stay
most
there.
likely.
But here's my MVP for 2025. A little pink gloss and a little Elliot Mr. Ramos All-Star again. Let's go. And people love this guy in the chat. Look at that autograph.
I love that dude.
Ty Raj, man, I love him too. He was walking in the other day and I was like, Ty? And he's like, yeah. I was like, autograph? He's like, no problem. I was like, you're the man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Let's
ever
bring
had
up
the
a little
monkey coffee beans they poop out? You guys ever had the monkey coffee bean? No, I don't.
They got bat ones.
Is that Colombia or I think no, not Colombia. Costa Rica. I think it's from Costa Rica, right? The monkey beans.
They got bat ones. I've never heard of the monkey ones, but we'll see.
I find it ironic that Snell didn't have a good vibe with the Giants under Farhan, so he leaves to LA and Farhan follows there. I also find it ironic that he was videotaped in the dugout having some words with his catcher. Didn't look that friendly either. Him and Will Smith, they're not the same. He's like, dude, I threw a no-hitter with Patrick Bailey. Leave me alone. You don't know how to call a game, Will. And Will's like, dude, I know, but I can hit.
So let's chime in over here since everybody's favorite Michael Conforto is almost going to come up to bat.
Is he doing good? I thought I saw people saying Conforto's doing good with the Dodgers.
Well, we shall see. Right now we got
I'm convinced you know that,
Teoscar.
Robert, since day one. You know I've been here, baby. I'm hyped for us, though. You go into the home opener, I'll be there. I'll be there early, 58, heckling the KMBRs.
Look at that. Teoscar struck out. Wow.
2-0. What inning? Oh,
Let's
it's
see.
only the first. Oh, man. The Braves haven't won a game yet, have they?
I don't think so. They're in rough shape. They're 0-6, as you can see up here, and the Dodgers are 7-0, and yeah, whatever.
So do you want to see a little home run montage I'm working on?
Absolutely.
I need some input on this. This is just a, this was a today. Today I put it together for the Astros series, and I'm thinking we could get something going, and every time we do a recap we can do something like this, but it needs some help, so you guys be easy on me. But here we go.
It is gone! Do you believe it?
In game one, it was Wilmer Flores with a 2-0 lead in the top of the
In
sixth.
the second. Now Wilmer swings and he hits a high drive to left. Way back there, on its way. Adios!
In game two, once again with a 2-0 lead, Elliot Ramos stepped up.
He drives this one to left field. Altuve turns, looks, it's gone!
Then in today's game, it was Wilmer Flores yet again.
Swinging the drive, high and deep, and out of here!
And then in the second inning with a 2-0 lead, it would be Luis Matos who stepped up.
He hits a high drive, and it's deep into left.
And then it was the eighth inning, a 5-3 lead for the Giants, and up steps Lamont Wade, still looking for his first hit of the year.
High drive to right, and it is out of here.
Let's go.
There you
There
have
it
it.
is.
There's the home run recap. It's a work in progress right now.
Yeah. And I want to say, out of all of those, Lamont and Matos, those two were the most satisfying, because Matos getting the opportunity to do it, and Lamont finally breaking the drought, and he broke it in a big way, man. It was awesome. So Wilmer goes without saying right now. The guy's just on fire.
I feel like Elliot Ramos is my dude. I feel like he's just hitting extra base hits. He's just hitting. He's diving for balls in the outfield. Wilmer is looking good, but DH, that's cool. But I like the all-around guy, and I also like a guy that can run. And I think Ramos, I can't wait to see these guys start getting on base and hitting singles and trying to steal bags and stuff. I think Adames should be good for 20. Fitzgerald should be good for 20. Ramos and Chapman should be up there in the 15s. Like, I want to see speed. I want to see taking advantage of like getting in the pitcher's heads and all the speed. I love watching a guy go from first to home. Who was that the other night? Christian Koss scored from first last night. Like, that shit's sick when you just see him. Oh,
yeah. Well, that one hit that drove in 2 runs where Fitzgerald was a trail runner. He almost caught the runner ahead of him by the time it got to the plate. Right. So it's a good thing to see. The situational hitting has been kind of up and down in these games, but man, when they got guys on base and they get a hit, it's the speed is carrying the extra run across, which is fantastic. That's what you need. So I love that they have speed. I wish they'd be more aggressive on the base pass. There were a couple times today, again, where it was like, dude, why aren't you running? Like, there's one out, okay? And you got a guy that potentially is a strikeout candidate at the plate. Like, get a good jump, get into second base, get yourself in scoring position. If that guy doesn't get it done, maybe the next guy will. So I'd like to see more of that. I think that's the one thing that they're kind of, maybe they're taking it easy and easing into it because it's the first week of the season. You don't need any pulled hamstrings, right out of the gate. But Yeah, I think they can be a little more aggressive on the base paths, and especially with a right-hander pitching, like you're going to get a better jump, you're going to get a better lead. It's just the way it is.
And were you ever concerned in the first 6 games that we only had one lefty in the bullpen? I don't think that stuff is the mentality we want anymore. I don't like the lefty righty stuff. I just want the best guy in there. If Eric Miller comes out, he should be because he's pitching good and we need him for that situation, not just like, oh, lefty's up, bringing Miller. And the same with our bats. I don't want to see Lamont Wade in there just because a right-hand pitcher's in there. I want to see our best batter hitting. And I think that's kind of the direction this team's going, which is very exciting to me.
Yep. Let's see. He's going to make Atlanta great again, maybe. Chadwick Trump. But yeah, I wasn't I think I was moderately concerned about only one lefty in the bullpen prior to the season starting. But because, the quality of the guys coming out of the pen has been just sharp since the season started, it's not really an issue. I mean, you let your best guys throw, and if your best guys happen to be 7 right-handers and 1 left-hander, so be it, I mean, yeah, it could come back to bite them later in the year, but that's not to say they don't pick up another lefty. So right now, it's not an issue. Oh, and he didn't make Atlanta great again.
I did notice something that happened that doesn't happen all the time. And I want to say this is the first time I've seen it with my own eyeballs live in action. And that was when Wilmer Flores struck out today on a non-engagement call. Did you see that?
It was a pitch clock violation
for
on the
not
batter.
For not looking at the pitcher. Like you have to look at the pitcher before he pitches or something. Like
you have to make eye contact within 8 seconds of the pitch being
That
thrown.
was very bizarre.
Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks of the pitch clock, right? It's like you don't there's things that you can run afoul of without even really knowing, because now when the guy's stepping into the box, he's got to pay attention to the clock, he's got to get set. The pitcher's got, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the clock, although it does speed up the game.
Well, what I do like, and they probably couldn't figure out any other way to disarm this, but I hate the guy in the batter's box that keeps coming out and adjusting his gloves. I call it the Joey Bart disease. Like you got to do this and get out and time out and spend all this time walking around and digging your hole and all that crap. And then the pitcher that keeps coming off the rubber and like looking around and doing these, it's like, no, let's just play. So that's what I like about the time thing. And maybe they could adjust it for like 3 seconds longer or something if need be. But I think that's worked out pretty well in my eyes.
Yeah, I think it has its pros and cons, and I think it does work. I just worry that guys having to throw that quickly, it burns their arms up. They don't get enough rest time between pitches. But the other thing about it is I wish they didn't have it in the playoffs. Oh, there we go. Ozzy Albies has done something to Blake Smell. Let's find out what it is.
It's a deep fly ball.
Oh, and a 3-run home run?
No. Really?
Oh, double. 2-run double.
Whoa, I've never seen this screen.
1-run double.
How did you get to that screen?
It just pops up automatically on game day now. Shows where all the players are.
I've never seen
that.
I
think Eric and Glenn last night had a game up and they had 2 screens going, one with the I'm not sure, but I love it. Look at that. Ozzy Albies hanging one on Snell.
Todd agrees with you.
Yeah,
well,
and
the thing about that is not going to pitch well in the beginning of the year. We already know that.
Yeah, well, hopefully he doesn't pitch well the entire year. This whole thing, I miss in years past before the clock, the suspense with the pitcher and the batter, and if there's a guy on base and this sort of like mean mugging each other and the guy stepping off or faking a throw to first.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea of limited disengagements is like, I don't know if there's a way to fix that in the playoffs. So,
You don't want Blake Snell. Come on.
yeah.
You guys. Oh, you know what I heard today? I heard the Mets players, Francisco Lindor, Soto, a bunch of these guys are talking to management and saying, we want Alcantara.
Wow.
If the Mets got Alcantara, that would be a huge plus for them.
Yeah, it would
Hey,
definitely
Eddie,
be.
I don't know if you disappeared, but just to let you know, I put up some cards that you can have the choice for. So go back in about 3 or 4 minutes and I put up a choice of cards. Email me which ones you want with your address and I'll send them out to you. Thanks for the heads up. I always appreciate it.
Let's see if Ozuna does some damage. But yeah, this whole thing, James, about Snell not sounding like he wanted to stay in SF. Then he had to come out and talk shit afterwards. Oh, nobody even talked to me. It's like you opted out anyway, fucker. What did you? That's what I don't get about some of these
Bomel
guys.
didn't return my text.
Oh yeah, boo hoo! You opted out, man. And maybe that was, they knew there was going to be a regime change. Buster came in. Buster's probably sitting there going like, "Yeah, you turned your back on us. What do you want, man? We believe in our young guys. We don't need you. Is it going to come back to bite them? I don't think so. Right?
So, what do we think about 2-1 against the Reds and then a sweep in their own home of the projected American League West champions? Like the Astros aren't just a run-of-the-mill Rockies. This is a team that's projected to win the West in the American League. And we went in there and said, Framber, who? Not concerned with you, bro. You're lefty. I don't care. Boom, Wilmer.
You texted me this morning. Do you think they can hit him? And I said He's can.
Tough. Even the Giants got him. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't. He can't rock the baby on the mound anymore. He can't do that whole weird. I don't know what that was. It was like he was Tom Cruise dancing with the dead lady in Interview with a Vampire. It's just strange. So look at this. Snell loaded him up. Second mound visit of the evening, and or of the inning, and Austin Riley. Let's see what he can do. Oh, Snell's getting wild. And Honeybee's liking it. Hey, there you go, James. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't worth a long-term deal. And I mean, he was going to want 6 years, millions and millions of dollars. Not my cup of tea, And he just never seemed like a good fit for San Francisco to me. Like, not the kind of guy that belonged there. I don't know if it's the porn stash or I have no idea. There we go. Yeah, see? Now the question is, what games was he playing? That's what I want to know. Running around the city with Debo playing Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. So we just got in news. The big news is Eddie. There you go.
Yes.
That's your choice, right?
Look at that photo. It's like
stoic
Norman Rockwell painting, man.
Send me your address in the email skatesonbase@gmail.com. Oh, well, I'm wondering, here's my question for you, Kristen. What do you think we're capable of doing between now and the first pitch Friday?
In terms of the podcast and the stream?
Yeah, like I'm thinking I'm going to grab coffee at 6 a.m. Friday, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I know there's a lot of people up at 6 to 8 that are having to listen to Murph and Marcus, and they might be stoked to see somebody else out there talking sports besides those guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Friday, but I do want to try doing a couple morning shows and see how that goes, what our energy is like, what kind of people are awake at that time that would come over and be a part of it. I just, I'm throwing out ideas left and right because my brain's always racing and I'm thinking about fun stuff to do. So
Yeah.
Anthony doesn't listen to him, so he'll be here, no problem. He's
Yeah,
up
I'm
at crack it on.
I'm actually delaying my trip up. I'm probably going to drive up Saturday now because my mom's had a really bad cold, and
Ooh, you don't want that.
I don't need that. I mean, I just had a cold a while ago, so I'm good for the next 5 years probably, but just in case, like trying to avoid that, So yeah, Friday morning might be the call,
Yeah.
I know you're going to be up at the crack of dawn and like hyped up for the what's game time on Friday?
Like 105, I think, or 110.
Day start.
Yeah, day start Friday, then Saturday's the night start. But I want to go over and try to, I don't know, do some shenanigans with Murph and Marcus. I want to do the hey Kershaw, but hey Marcus, like Santa Cruz hoodies suck.
We should go burn a dot hoodie like out in the parking lot.
If you hear that in the background on KMBR, that was me.
That would be good.
All the morning guys, I don't know if you've ever go in there when I'm ranting, but I go in there every morning and I do like hashtag whack hoodie alert. And all the guys in the KMBR chat, they're like, man, Scares on Baseball is really checking out Marcus's gear a lot. It's kind of unusual.
Yeah, well, it's because he's wearing the wrong thing, right?
Yeah, but then I learned he was from Sunnyvale. He's a Raider fan. Like, he's got all kinds of issues. He moved to Potrero, but doesn't realize Deluxe is there and he could get some legitimate skateboard gear. But that's on him.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Anybody who thinks getting rid of Snell was not the right move, he's at 55 pitches in the top of the second inning.
Is he going to pull himself again? Dave, pull me, please. I'm done.
I mean, this is insane. 56 pitches in the second inning.
This is true, Coleman.
And he's kind of limited the damage so far, but like they're just one base hit from turning this thing upside down. So
yeah.
Murph is Marin, and Marin is just a bad thing.
Well, so there's some guys on there that apparently get it because I go in there and I'll listen for a little while, watch the text. I love it. And they're like, how soon is it till Murph mentions his family? And I'm like, yes, they get it.
Oh, Matt Olson, ground rule double. Oh, not a ground rule double, just a double. That scored 2.
That's true too, right here. I forgot about the Yankees in him. Well, that's why they call him Waterboy.
Yeah. Marcus is like
Marinite.
He's got good takes. I just I'm ready for him to dispatch with the Niner talk already, man. Like I just can't do KMBR if I turn it on and they're talking 49ers or even Warriors. Like, okay, the Warriors, they pretty much have almost played themselves into the playoffs at this point, right? They're like at the 5 seed right now. Is that what it is? Something like that.
The Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Memphis last night.
After last night, they're like in the 5 spot. So
what's his name? Fuck, Curry went off.
So what was it, like 40 plus?
Yeah, they're playing the Lakers tomorrow night, and that's going to be must-see TV for sure. Yeah. James Dryden, is that the proof lab you're talking about? Used to skate the shitty wood setup behind the gas station in Mill Valley. Oh, 98. That was a long time ago. There's a proof lab up there that has an indoor bowl now, but there's a ramp in its backyard years ago, but I don't know about 98.
Benicia, the speed bumps.
Yep.
Dude, Taco Hell, the Schwartz brothers. Benicia was fucking badass. Remember Benicia was the only game in town? We'd drive all the way out there to go ride that.
Yeah, it was right
fun.
KFC, right?
I thought it was a Taco Bell.
Oh, well, right, I thought those were the same thing, but
well, they are
maybe
now.
Back then they weren't.
They are now. And I heard that KFC is going to change their name because they're moving They're moving to Memphis, and they're gonna get the Kentucky, the K out of there. It's gonna be like TFC or something now. Yeah,
Tennessee Fried Chicken.
that's what I
Are they
heard.
going to still use the Colonel?
I don't know.
I love those commercials with what's his name, Norm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Some of the, like Jack in the Box, there's a few people that just do the best commercials that are just like, I don't know if I back the food, but the commercials are great.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I used to, but fast food just doesn't do it for me. I mean, I can't do it. Although I will say this, the onion rings at Burger King are like crack. I don't know why. Well, because they're not like actual sliced onions. They're like reconstituted onions shaped in a ring, but the crust on them, dude, they're badass. They're insane. I mean, I haven't had one in 20 years. They might not be good now, but they used to like those. You know?
I'll check that out. I'll check it out. Well, I think we covered everything I wanted to cover. The question is for everybody. We've seen the entire rotation 1 through 5. And we saw Webb twice. Who are you feeling? Who's your money man? Who's the guy you like the least out of the 5 starters, and who's the guy that you want to see most? And then what do you think the variance is? Is everybody kind of jammed up, or is like Verlander way up here? I think Robbie Ray is going to be really good. I think Roop needs a little more experience, but he has the potential. He's going to grow in front of our eyes, and that's going to be fun to watch. Webb's going to be Webb. Hicks is kind of my wild card. Hicks could be the best pitcher on the staff, and he could pitch that way the entire season, or he could have a meltdown around All-Star break like he did last year. And only time will tell, but his first game was, his stuff looked electric.
Yeah. Well, let me get your opinion on this. What were your expectations of Roop starting today, and how does that measure up with what you saw?
I thought Roop would have gone at least 5, and I think he would have if that play didn't happen. Because I watched how Melvin did Webb's first game, similar thing. He came out after 5 innings or maybe 6, but he only let him throw like 75, 80 pitches. Then the second game, he let him go full bore. So I thought he was going to give Roop about 75 pitches, and Roop was around 77 going into the 5th inning. But I felt like he's got to give him that 5th inning so he could qualify for a win. That 5th inning was a bummer, and hopefully it's a learning experience. Hopefully you get that out of the way early, and the rest of the year you don't have those kind of mistakes. The Giants officially have not made an error this year, although Chapman's play last night and Schmidt's play today seemed like errors to me, but they weren't called errors. But other than that, the Giants have been playing flawless defense, which is beautiful because that's going to go a long way with this pitching staff. And Melvin keeps talking about it too. These guys got to throw strikes early on and hope that their defense backs them up so they get their pitch count down. They don't need to strike out every guy and throw a lot of pitches. I mean, pay attention to Blake Snell tonight. That's what you don't want to do. So I would just say I want to see more Roop. Tonight was definitely not his best performance. He obviously pitched really well in spring, but that's spring. So it'll be interesting. The next round, he'll probably pitch against Cincinnati, I'm guessing. I don't think he'll pitch against Seattle. So it'll probably be Cincinnati, and that'll be interesting. We'll see how he goes up against Ellie and these guys who, now that the torpedo bat has arrived in Cincinnati, Ellie's just been going nuts. 7 RBIs, 2 home runs. It's like, is it the bat or is it pitching other than the Giants pitching? You decide.
Yeah, I thought what Roop showed today was good. I don't think it was stellar, but I also think that Melvin pulled him not because of anything that was going on with him. I think the idea was he didn't want to hang him out to dry after the error, well, the non-error error, the pop-up and all that. So I think he probably felt like this is this guy's first start. I'm going to get him out of here. I'm going to let somebody clean up the mess, have him feel confident. I thought he pitched extremely well. I just don't think I think he's capable of better. I like what Webb had to say after the game yesterday. He said that he doesn't care how many guys he strikes out because he trusts the defense behind him. Right. So what he's aiming for is those ground balls. And look, they turned 3 double plays last night behind him, and that's how he is. That's the guy he is. There it is. There's the quote. So
this one?
No.
Oh, it's not the one.
It's not the one. It's the magician.
How am I an 82 goal? Do you give up 5 runs in 2 innings? That's why.
Oh shit! Edmund just hit a 2-run homer, but they're still up 5-2. So,
dude, how did Edmund become so good? It's like, geez, Louise.
But that's the thing about the Dodgers. That there's always just some termite that they pull out of the woodwork that is just a pest to every other team, and he's that guy.
Well, Ruiz could be that guy if he gets on base. That guy's fast, and he's definitely a threat to steal no matter what. Yeah. Who's on the mound, who's behind the plate.
So yeah, as far as the pitching, I mean, I think Webb and Ray are going to be the 2 most stalwart guys in the rotation. Hicks to me is always a question mark because of the velocity. Does he have the stamina? But by all appearances, he looks like he did a little time in the weight room in the offseason. He looks like he bulked up. He looks strong.
He did.
He looks like he's not particularly laboring to hit 97, 98 miles an hour, which is great to see, And if he can keep that up, he stays healthy. I mean, those are my top 3 guys, right? I mean, just Verlander's going to do Verlander. I think he's going to be good. I think Roop's going to be great. And Birdsong's always waiting in the wings if Roop kind of falls apart. So,
well, I'm hoping and I predict that Friday, I love that Verlander got his first game out of the way, because if there's any nerves, even though the guy's pitched 30 years or whatever, he's probably still a little nervous the first game, like having those jitters. This guy wants to come out and pitch a good game Friday, and I'm going to be there to applaud him all the way through it. I'm hoping he goes 7 innings, no runs.
Yep. Yeah, it's
2013. You're going to tell me year after year they find a new toy they drafted? Nah, dude, not even the Yanks do that. Those are all juiced. Well, the words I say is free Ipe. That's what I got to say.
Yeah, what was it, like the mid-90s, the early 2000s, when Paul LaDuca was the catcher for the Dodgers, and then after he retired, he wrote a book, and he basically said that every single one of the guys on the Dodgers was like just juiced to the hilt.
Really?
Yeah. Said that he said, like, I don't care what anybody says. I was the catcher. I was in the locker room, the clubhouse every single day. It's like, I saw dudes shooting up. Right.
Huh.
So, yeah, I mean, they weren't the only team doing it. Everybody was doing it in that period,
That's
late
true.
90s. I mean, look at the McGuire Sosa home run challenge, all that. These guys were like on all kinds of like racehorse steroids and who knows what, You can always tell the neck acne. It's a dead giveaway for steroids. So
do you guys
see dudes with beards? Yeah.
Do you guys get happy when you see this, or are you over it?
It is.
I mean, I'm not over it. I'm not over it. I laughed all day long when I see that. Ipe probably, see here we go. Ipe, not probably, he does have a hush-hush deal with Guggenheim to take the fall.
100%. It's not just Guggenheim, it's the league, and it's Manfred, and it's everybody it's probably the people at New Balance. It's everybody who has a stake in that game, right?
Right.
I mean, come on. Like, anybody who believes the narrative on this, like, there's probably a lot of other narratives you believe that are bullshit too. So, it's Occam's razor, right? Give it
Absolutely.
all things considered, the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. So,
Or it could be Schmitty's law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
hey, at least your law isn't whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Stay hot, take your shot.
Speaking of will go wrong, a feral cat has decided to come into my backyard and have kittens in the shrubs in my backyard. I got to figure out how to deal with that now.
Okay, well we'll get going. Thanks to everybody that came by. Last question of the day, since we're approaching the home opener. Since opening day in the year 2000 at AT&T, Oracle, whatever the name is, that same stadium, how many crab sandwiches have been served? More or less than 3 million? You tell me. And we'll see you next time, huh? Which is probably going to be Friday is my guess, but we'll keep you posted. Please subscribe if you haven't already. That'll let you know when we're going to be up next. Usually try to put that thing up there early enough to let everybody have some time to be here whatever time we go. We've been trying to go at 5 kind of regularly, so that helps everyone know that. But yeah, peace in the hood. Let's keep going, Giants. We're going to keep winning. And we're home now, baby. These guys are landing in 5 hours. Might walk over there and high five some guys, give some like love. You know, I might just make a sign tonight and go out there. Who knows? But yeah, thank you guys, huh?
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Skaters on Baseball. If you liked what you heard, please spread the word, give us a good review, or hell, blow us up on your social media if you're down. Follow us at Skates on Base on Instagram for baseball news and other fun stuff. We love comments and listener participation, so bring it with an audio clip or an email. You can email us at skatersonbase@gmail.com. We're everywhere you get your podcasts, and we'll be here all season long.
Let's go, San Francisco. Let's go, Giants.
Dude, that was one of the most mind-blowing shows I've seen to this day.
Much love.
Adios! Pelota!
See you soon. Thank you.